Hello everyone, welcome to Political Tarot by Sherry. I'm Sherry, and what I want to look at today is the budget, this upcoming budget that they have to have something done, I believe by March 15th or the government shuts down. So, yeah, let's take a look at that today. As always, this is for entertainment purposes only. And I just want to get just this initial base reading for what is going to happen with the budget. This upcoming budget that they've got, that they need to do something with. What's going to go on with the budget? Okay. Working on something, making deals. There's some, there's some work that's been done, more work that needs to be done. Okay, so that is making deals. Here, hold on, this camera's... get that to where it's not quite so crooked. Okay, so making deals. Not happy with what's being offered in these deals. So I know that the Democrats aren't happy with that, the budget resolution or the continuing, the continuing resolution. So this is the Democrats saying, yeah, we're not helping you. Okay, we have to have more in order for us to help you, in order for us to help you pass this. This is a card of overcoming adversity. There's a lot of angry people, and this is, the messaging. The Republicans are not doing well with the messaging. Nobody, wants to see all of those cuts. Okay, so that's what that is. And winning at all costs. But what do you win? In the previous readings, I got this as, I got this, what was that reading? Anyway, it was, can't remember if it was the State of the Union or what, or it wasn't the State of the Union, whatever that joint sessions was. But this is energy of, Emperor Palpatine energy. Winning at all costs, people just walk away, they don't care. I mean, and people do, it's not that people don't care, but it's like they're just not buying into the lies and the deceit, okay? It's like this person, real quick. This person's like, I'm just going to take all my toys and go home. And the people are like, okay, whatever. Like, we're not falling for the lies. That's what that is. The money, our country, this is what's coming in. It takes money to keep our country running. It takes money to provide services for a functioning society. That's what that is. And then messages concerning money. There is no way that the Republicans can, spin this to where we the people think, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Let's cut Medicaid and Medicare and give tax cuts to the wealthy. That's called polishing a turd, and the people aren't falling for it. Or the majority of people aren't falling for it. Okay? So with this upcoming budget, the Republicans, they have to have help from the Democrats in order to pass something. And the Democrats are going to be holding out for, what's best for the country. We're not falling for the lies. We're not falling for, and the Republicans are really struggling because they don't know, they can't pass this. I don't even think they can pass that continuing resolution in both the House and the Senate without Democratic support. The Democrats have to support this in some way. And the Democrats will let the government shut down before they just give in, just hand everything over to the Republicans. So let me just ask. Last week I didn't get that the government was going to shut down. I didn't really see that coming up. So let's just see. Is the government going to shut down? And with that, state of suspension, waiting to see. Two people, it's like the two parties coming together to make some kind of agreement, but it's like a last minute deal, a very last minute deal. It may be, what is it? They have to pass this by, what is it, midnight on the 14th or something? It may be, 11:30 or something that night. It's cutting it very close. Explosive. I will do more cards on that. The moon card. This is, the tower card is something just really blowing apart. This is a card of, here, let me hold this up. This is a card of, it's a harsh card. So if the Republicans give in to the Democrats, they're going to have to answer to Trump. If they don't give in to the Democrats, the government's going to shut down, and then they have to answer to their constituents. So really, it's the Republicans that are in a really tough spot right now. And this is a very explosive situation. It's very volatile. It's very emotional. There's a lot of, see the waves here? That way, water means emotions. So there's just a lot of going on with this. And the moon card. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't try to do like a temporary, we're going to pass something for 2 weeks and the Democrats get on board with that just to keep the government open to see if we can come to a deal. There's like behind the scenes. The moon card is going to be things are changing. It's that watery stuff behind the scenes, two coming together, but but we don't really see what's going on. That's what that is. What we see is the, fireworks afterwards. This is what we see. Queen of Cups. This is what the Democrats, they are trying to protect those services for our country. Those social services, and I will always say that makes a society a functioning society. Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, food stamps, funding for, schools and roads and the government, the scientists, the national parks, all of that is what the Democrats are fighting for. Okay. And I really think that this is controlling the orange beast. I don't know that Trump is going to get everything he wants. It's like the Democrats know that the people are on their the people are on their side if they're standing up for the right thing. If they're going to say no to the cuts, the people are there supporting them. If they start giving in to the Republican demands, that's, they're going to lose the people, and they don't want to do that. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if the government shuts down. That's what this card is. Let me put more cards on that. Let's see, just what is this Tower card? A little bit more clarity on the Tower card. Pages, messages, people are, good messages, and two sides coming together. Okay, let's come up here. I really think that common sense is going to prevail. I don't know if the government shuts down. I think it's going to be temporary. But you get this Tower card, that is the shit hits the fan, and people are already mad. They're already upset. They're already calling their elected officials. They're already peacefully protesting. Expect more of that if they do that just absolutely horrendous budget. And so I'm not really seeing that. I see that they know that this is what's going to happen if they make those cuts. So they have a choice It's either Trump is, lashing out at them, or it's going to be the people. And I see, especially there's a lot of twos, like there's 2 of wands, people coming together, making a deal, and one that's happy. This is the people prevail. Okay. This is, controlling, the people have control. I'm going to say the woman here, this is the people, are in control over the orange beast. And the securities, those social programs that make, the United States have a functioning society. That's what the Democrats are fighting for. So will there be cuts? Okay. I can't imagine there's going to have to be some concessions. So whatever concessions the Democrats make, it's because they're getting, okay, it's like, well, we may have to cut here, but look at what we saved. It's that kind of feeling. Like, okay, we may have to make some cuts, in this side over here, but we get to keep the national parks open. It's kind of like that kind of feeling. I expect a lot of bluster. I don't know. And in the previous reading, I got that there was going to be a small group of bipartisan very small group that's going to be working on a deal, that's going to be working on something. Now, this continuing resolution, the way I understand it, that's just kicking the can down the road to September. That wouldn't surprise me at all that there's not some concessions made. If the government shuts down, I see it very temporary. What is really coming out is the partnership and the agreements, that the Democrats are going to be able to get some assurances, some agreements. They're not going to be able to get everything they want, but thankfully the Republicans aren't either. That's what compromise is. Nobody gets everything they want. So we get part of what we want. So that's actually looking pretty good, that budget, I really just don't think it's going to be as horrendous as it is. If that does happen, that tower card is absolutely there as a potential. The people will absolutely uprise. So I'll keep watching this. As I said, right now it doesn't. If there is a shutdown, it's very temporary. It may be they may be doing one of those 2-week resolutions to see if they can work out something else, and then maybe that final continuing resolution. I do see that. That is, and it's just going to kick the can down the road. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting with that. I will absolutely keep watching this. As we get closer to that and kind of the aftermath of that. So thank you for spending some of your time with me. Be sure to like and subscribe. If there's something going on in the world that you would like to see me do a reading on, just let me know in the comments, and I will, put that on my list of readings to do. So yeah, thank you for spending some of your time with me, and have a great day.